Barty serving out wide. Again, she's missing the first serve. Her first serve percentage is, for the match, 52. 50, actually, 16 out of 32. Second serve to the backhand of Collins. Collins goes deep. Barty with a half volley off her baseline. Now Barty with an in-to-out forehand. Collins is there with a two-hander. A slice from Barty across court. Collins is there up the line. Forehand Barty tries to wrong foot Collins. Has she missed it? I think she has missed it.
Just wide. That slice is so effective from Barty. I mean, she gets it so deep in the court. It's tough to get aggressive on that. She was still in control at that point. Didn't miss that forehand by much.
Collins is handling the slice quite well. Certainly on a two-hander.
Yeah, on the backhand. Yeah, very well.
Barty serving. Just twists her body round too much, too soon. Serve goes off the net and wide. Second serve to the backhand. Chips back by Collins. Forehand from Barty. Up the forehand wing of Collins. Collins chops this one. Barty will go cross court, but she's missed it. Hooked it wide.
That was a good get from Collins on the full stretch and just got that slice deep enough into the court. I feel like Barty just caught that forehand slightly late. So a little pressure on her serve right now, 15-30.
Barty, almost a full house at Rod Laver Arena. 85% allowed. Forehand return from Collins is deep and Barty nets. Really good deep return of serve from Collins. Bouncing up and down. She will be in the world's top 10 next week, regardless of the result of today's match. Given she's 30 at the moment, ranked 30. That is a tremendous achievement.
That is amazing.
And she'd be the top-ranked American woman.
Yep, that's amazing.
Barty serves down the centre, an ace. 185 kilometres. Flat serve. There was no spin on that.
Yeah, well, that's what happened when Collins had a break point in the first set, too. Barty just served extremely well, serving so well under pressure.
There's a second break point. What can Barty do by way of serve? Well, the first serve's into the net. Now, will Collins try to move forward? She's already standing pretty much with her toes on the baseline. In fact, her feet are both on the baseline. Backhand return from Collins. Barty with a defensive backhand. Forehand Collins up the forehand wing. Barty throws up a very high lob. Collins will let it bounce. It's onto the sideline, but she'll smash this away easily. And she goes down on her haunches and she punches the air. She is really pumping herself up now. She's into this match. She has a break early in the second set.
That's what she needs to. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that reaction from Collins because I feel like she holds it in sometimes. Then all of a sudden when she just lets it out, that's where she starts playing really well, even more aggressive.
Thank you.
Mariana Veljevic calls for calm. Crowd trying to get behind Barty, but she's love two down. Collins serves. Backhand return is chipped. Backhand Collins up the line, but well long. Bit wild.
Missed that by a lot. Yeah, just going for that down the line shot. Wasn't quite in position. Just got that ball a little bit ahead of her.
Collins at 15 love. Love 15, I beg your pardon. Serving from the southern end. Out wide, chipped by Barty, but chipped with a lot of air. Forehand from Collins. Barty goes down the line and misses it.
It's big. Big forehand from Collins. It was the serve that set it up. Barty on the stretch just couldn't get that return deep enough. So Collins, that's where she likes to be, way inside the court.
Collins has overpowered her last couple of opponents.
Yeah, she has, yeah.
So there is a risk for Barty in this. Collins serves out wide. Forehand chips from Barty. Backhand from Collins. Now slice from Barty. Barty slices again, this time across court. Two-hander from Collins. Slice by Barty with a lot of air and it's drifting long.
That's the one you were talking about, that Collins handles that slice so well. That backhand, it does not bother her at all on that side. She's got great control.
She's comfortable on the low ball with her two-hander Collins. Collins serves down the middle, forehand return. Backhand Collins cross court, that's long.
Just a couple quick points here from both players. And Collins usually likes to play fast, but she's just taking a little bit extra time before getting up to the line to serve.
30 all. Third game of the second set. First set to Barty. Collins leading 2-love. Collins serves down the middle, chipped by Barty. Forehand from Collins with a lot of air. Forehand from Barty, flattened into out. Backhand from Collins as long.
That was a surprise. Now she's just going to her bag, just going to get a different racket. Collins.
Well, it's probably a tighter racket, given that she's been overhitting.
Yeah, most of her mistakes have been long. She just hasn't been able to control, but so maybe just getting a racket with newly strung racket just has a little bit tighter, which gives you more control.
This is a break-back point for Ashley Barty. 30-40 on the Collins serve. She goes to the backhand of Barty. It's chipped. Short one for Collins to come in on. Barty nets with a two-hander.
See, I like that play. I mean, in the first set, we saw Collins come in a couple times, and she came in and won the point. And I feel like if she gets the opportunity, I think that's a good play, especially to the backhand side where Barty usually likes to slice.
It's deuce on the Collins serve. She goes to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped. Collins comes in with a backhand, but that's gone long. And she's now applauding, herself? Was that sarcastic? That's not going to endear her to the crowd.
Yeah, my guess is it might have been a little sarcastic. The crowd's just excited. I think Barty has a break point.
They're not being unfair to Collins.
No.
Second break point for Ash Barty. Collins serves into the backhand, chipped from Barty. Backhand Collins. Another slice from Barty, low over the net. Backhand from Collins. Another slice from Barty. Collins goes to the forehand. Barty cross court. Collins is there down the line. Barty will chip this across court. Collins has read that one. Goes to the forehand of Barty, but doesn't get the angle she wants. Now Barty will go back to the forehand of Collins. Collins chops this one. Sits up for Barty, who'll hit it on a two-hander. Collins is ready. Goes cross court. Barty cuts it off. Misses the volley. Oh, goodness me.
Wow.
That is nerves.
That was a really well-played point from both players, and Barty in control, and such a good approach shot, too. I mean, you rarely see her come over that backhand as an approach, and she had the volley, just caught it in her body a little bit, so it sprayed wide.
Well, Collins was really cheering there, despite the fact that she won it on the Barty error. Collins serving just too wide. We forget that because Barty is so much the story here, it is a terrific achievement for Danielle Collins.
Yeah.
She's had so many problems. Endometriosis last year, had to have surgery for it. Forehand return from Barty is long. She's had a run of injuries. Came from a family of two working parents, didn't have the money to go to academies.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Partly self-taught.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing story.
Went to college so that she would buy herself some time. I mean, this is big for Collins. Barty is not the only story here, even though it's the main one, given that we're in Australia. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Barty is there. Collins waits for this one, goes back across court, wins. That's a really good service hold. And she leads by 3 games to love. Jill, we're about to have Mark Holowati come into your seat. Quick word from you.
An Aussie in.
Well, an American out, Aussie in. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything in terms...
I was just going to add to the story a little bit how Collins has really talked about how much she's been through and the tough time that she had last year. And she did a lot on herself, especially last year where she decided to travel with her. No one was traveling with her, didn't have a coach. And she just learned a lot about herself. So, I agree. I think it's important to talk about that story, just everything she's been through. And I think when you have a crowd like this against you, she's faced adversity and challenges and like that. So I think, that's not going to bother her at all. So, I think this is going to go 3.
Well,
it's my guess.
It's going that way at the moment. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Let's go up to Kate while Jill makes way for Mark.
Thanks, Chris. Imogen's listening in to AO Radio while driving from Tasmania to Sydney, which is interesting because there's some water in between Tasmania and Victoria, so I hope Imogen's made it safely. This is hoping for Ash to get through.
It's one of those James Bond style cars, Kate.
Well, actually, she has made it to across safely because she's got to Yass, and she said she screamed "Yes, Barty" as she went through Yass. I have to say I like that.
Where is
Good
Yass?
work,
For those of us who
Imogen.
don't know Victoria as well as you do.
Near Canberra, just before coming into Canberra.
Right, so you went that way.
Thanks, Mark.
Right, we have Ash Barty serving at 3. Love 3. Serves out wide. Forehand return is into the net.
Ash just needs to weather the storm a little bit here. There's a bit of a run on with Collins. She's got the momentum. Ash is just making a few errors that we haven't seen so far in this tournament.
Barty serving out wide. That's a great serve. And listen to that roar. That's just a service winner from 15 love to 30 love. Barty serving. Where will she go with this one? Down the centre, an ace.
Well, this is the kind of game that Barty needs. Great composure. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be too flustered. She wouldn't be panicking at this stage of the match. Just one breaker serve.
Barty serves down the middle, forehand return. Forehand Barty down the backhand wing. Collins cross court. Two-hander from Barty is going into the corner.
And the look on Collins' face after that winner was like, how dare you do that?
Well, if Barty's going to hit those kind of points, better for Collins that they're all in the same game.
Yeah, that's right. Run out of them, hopefully, for Collins' sake. But now, for me, this is the real important game. Barty's back on the scoreboard.
Collins bouncing up and down. Ready to serve now. 3-1, second set. Forehand return. Forehand from Collins down the backhand wing. Barty can't get that back.
She's done that well tonight so far, Collins. That sliding serve out wide and that first strike, she's been very, very clean.
Collins, she's sort of this bustling body language. Never really stops. Serves now down the centre, too long. Someone showing out 2 meters. Yeah, it was a long serve, but it's not really fair. Second serve to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped by Barty, but wide.
Oh, and Collins responds. She loves this.
Well, she's actually quite enjoying. She's a bit like the Medvedev out here. She says, you're going to be hostile to me, I'll give you as good back.
Well, this is college tennis 101 right here. She played several years at home in college system.
Is it University of Virginia? She serves out wide, forehand return to the forehand of Collins, goes up the backhand wing. Barty cross court with a two-hander. Collins mishits a two-hander.
And in that college system, the crowd is yelling in your ball toss every single time the ball is in the air and you're
it's
about
like
to hit.
Basketball, isn't it?
Oh, it's, yeah, there's no politeness, there's no decorum in the way the crowd behaves. And you just got to get used to it
or
and
work
embrace
with it. Yeah, work with it. Collins at 30-15 serves into the net. Second serve.
Ash tried the chip up the line last second serve. See if she goes after it with the two-handed backhand.
Backhand return from Barty is chipped. Backhand from Collins down the line. Forehand from Barty. Volley from Collins. A lob from Barty. Collins will smash this away. And she punches the air. That is so aggressive body language.
Love it.
She is fighting here.
That's the kind of response that I do when I get car parking right at the front of the supermarket after driving around for 15 minutes. It's that kind of roar. I'm with you, Danielle Collins, on that one. It's like Barty's trying to get her into the net, but she's holding her own at the net.
Collins serves. Forehand return from Barty. Forehand Collins cross court as a winner. Barty was expecting the down the line. Well, this is impressive from Danielle Collins. It's a quick match, 52 minutes so far. If you think that the boys' singles this afternoon was 3 hours 43, I don't know if you saw the end of it, Mark. It was horrible. The Czech player Jakub Menšik was cramping. He could barely get the ball over the net. But
he couldn't get off the ground at one stage. He was full body cramps laying on the ground.
The American Kuzuharu winning the title. Kate, tell us more.
Well, Craig is having a little Barty party on the train between Austria and Switzerland. The kangaroo onesies are on and the morning beers are flowing. Oh, Lord, the boys are into it early. Looking forward to a Barty breaking the Australian Open drought. Well, she's got a little bit of work to do right now.
I know that train line, and it goes through the town where Barty's rackets are made.
Really?
Yes, Bregenz.
And you've been on that train?
Well, I've been on the train line, yes. Yes. It's the most beautiful part of the world. If you go through, Bregenz is the westernmost part of Austria, and that's where the factory that makes Barty's rackets is.
Very good. Well, Dennis is in New York, and there's a blizzard outside, fireplace roaring, and couldn't be happier. Synced in with the TV and loving the commentary. What will I do without you next week? You can perhaps take a recording and just listen to us over and over again, Dennis.
We can come into his office
There are
and,
things that can be
just
done.
commentate on his workday if we'd like.
Barty 1-4, second set. She serves down. Oh, double fault. She wanders back to where Chris O'Neill is sitting. Chris O'Neill, the last Australian singles champion. She has been saying very graciously, look, I have so much time for Ash. If my record is to end after 44 years, then it couldn't happen to a better person. Well, she's sitting in the front row of the President's Box. It's a star-studded President's Box. Stars of screen and Olympic sport, music. Backhand down the line from Collins. Barty chops this one. Collins should put this away. Barty's read this with a two-hander. Collins cuts at the volley, doesn't put it away. Barty down the line.
Yeah, not much on that backhand volley from Danielle Collins. Went the two-handed jab. And Barty, plenty of time, picks the right spot.
Just a warning there to Barty, to Collins, that she's got to put the volleys away.
And I think Ash is okay if Collins comes. A couple of times Ash has gone short with the slice, trying to entice her to come forward.
Barty serves into the net. Second serve. Goes to the backhand of Collins. Collins down the line. Barty with a defensive backhand. That's a phenomenal defensive backhand. Lofted by Collins. Barty waits for this. Takes it on the forehand. A very high forehand from Collins. Barty will take this on the full, and she's overhit it.
Wow, what a backhand return from Collins. And then the defense from Barty. Amazing.
That was elastic.
Wow, Collins is just serving it up. Not a lot of people would have expected this. But she's handled the occasion so well.
Barty serving into the net. 15-30 on the Barty serve. This second set has not gone her way. She serves into the net. That's two double faults in this game.
15-14.
Just feel the tension building, can't you?
You can.
I think the crowd understands as well.
We're trying to help Barty. She serves now 15-40, backhand return deep. And Barty nets the backhand. She's all at sea at the moment, but we do know from watching tennis over the years that when a set like this comes to an end, the momentum can shift again.
Yeah, and Danielle Collins just all over the returns of serve. She's reading that serve, and she's just clubbing the ball back right on her shoelaces. Barty's struggling to work out what I need to do.
The thing is, though, it's a big challenge for Collins. Can she keep it up?
Yeah.
Having said that, Barty got off to such a good start against Mukova last year, and then just the confidence started ebbing away in the second set, and she never got it back.
Please.
Mariana Veljovic has got an interesting job on her hands now from the umpire's chair. Second serve from Collins. Barty takes it on the forehand, goes cross court, forehand Collins. Barty will go back cross court and wins.
Well done. Good return. Got Collins stretching on the first one, had options to go line or cross court. And Collins was leaning on that down the line shot. Just gave Ash enough real estate to hit that winner cross court. Love 15.
Collins serving out wide, backhand return, backhand from Collins down the line, forehand Barty into the ground.
How many at nets has Collins done? Do you know how many times she's come to the net at
I
all?
can tell you.
Yep. This is coming from your memory, isn't it?
Total net points won. According to the stats screen in front of me, she's been to the net 12 times and she won the point 10 of them.
Wow.
Barty's been to the net 4 times and won 3 of them. Collins serves. So that's 3 times as many times.
Yeah.
But Collins.
It says a lot about the weight of the ground strokes. Just that commitment to stick to the game plan.
Collins serves. Forehand return down the line from Barty is a clean winner.
It's a hell of a return on that second serve.
15-13.
Great gutsy play. Still keeping the scoreboard pressure on Collins.
Collins from the advantage court serves just too long. 15-30 on the American serve.
This is where I'd like to see Barty really be aggressive with the stance.
Surely the serve's going to go to her backhand. It does. Barty chips deep to the backhand of Collins. Forehand Barty into out. Back. Oh, it's long from Barty. She doesn't look unduly ruffled, but then she never does.
No, exactly.
The question is what's going on inside her head, or her heart even.
And Collins has done a great job of handling the slice backhand tonight as well. She's been very consistent, hasn't forced the issue.
30 all. Collins 2 points away from the second set.
For service.
Collins, I like that. The first serve went off the top of the net. Barty returned it. Collins picked up the ball and is serving with it. Just keeps the game moving. It's great. That serve was too long. Second serve from Collins. She is in black. Barty is predominantly white, but with a sort of fern-like pattern. Barty runs around her backhand, hits the forehand to the forehand of Collins. Sliced by Barty cross court. Backhand from Collins is going long. Just as you praise her for the way she's dealt with the Barty slice, she goes and overhits.
That was a Barty chip. A little different to the slice. She had a little bit more meat and potatoes on that one. Very deep. Gave Collins a half volley. All right. Now the crowd sends a breaker serve.
.30-40. Point for Barty to get one of the breaks back. Collins serves too long. Second serve from Collins. Bounces. Then 3 times with her hand. Serves to the forehand of Barty, who goes into out. Backhand Collins is netted.
She got it deep. Once again, that was 2 deep returns. Collins unable to control that half volley. And Ash, calm as ever, just walks with her chair, no emotion. And she's just gesturing to her team that the ball seems to be flying off the court and getting too much bounce. So she's gone a fresh restring. Maybe got a racket in her bag that's a little bit tighter than the ones that she normally would. Conditions can change as it gets a little bit cooler.
Tell us, Kate, who's been talking to us?
Well, David's listening in from Beirut in Lebanon. Says my parents are visiting from Melbourne to visit their first granddaughter, 2 months old. But we've all caught COVID and sitting in 3 different apartments, all listening to AO radio. Go, Ash. And David thinks that she can still win. Well, she'll have to do it in, well, it looks like, well, she's a chance to come back in this set, but with a bit more work to do. And Hansen said, listening to this final in Hong Kong, enjoying the commentary, fingers crossed for Ash. And Carol in Brussels, enjoying the commentary and watching French television Vision, but listening to us. Also easier without the loud grunts and shrieks on every stroke.
Well, yes, French tennis commentary is a different style. They don't tend to observe the convention that when the ball's in play, don't say anything on French television. It's just the cultural differences. We wish David and all his family a very speedy recovery from COVID in Beirut. Backhand from Collins, the backhand of Barty. Collins goes deep and too deep.
Let's see if Ash picks on that backhand wing a little bit in this game. Collins has made a couple of errors off that side.
Barty at 15 love, serves, backhand return. Barty up the middle, forehand Collins also up the middle. Barty just soaking up the pressure. Collins making the running, but Barty there with a 2-hander. Down the line, Collins, forehand cross-court, Barty.
Good. When the ball's within that swing range of Collins, she is not letting anything behind. She's really going after it. And Ash stealing herself. Good use of court on the backhand cross-court from Barty.
30 love. Barty tosses the ball, pulled out of that because I think somebody dropped a beer glass or plastic glass over the onto the surface. certainly heard it. Barty at 30 love, serves down the middle and ace.
That serve up the tee is saving Barty thus far. Just come with the goods when needed. 40 love, another quick service game at this stage.
This for 3-5. Barty serves. Forehand return is long, but the serve was also long. Second serve. Barty kicks this one. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Barty nets. That was well struck from Collins.
Yeah.
She probably won't win this game, but it's good for her just to get her rhythm back.
I like the way that she gets inside the baseline for that returner serve. Taking the ball early, not letting the ball jump away from her and not letting it get too high.
Barty serves out wide. Forehand down the line from Collins, and Barty nets.
Right, well, maybe that backhand return on the 40 love point was a critical one. Gets her to this stage here.
Will Collins be as bold on the return as she has been? It's easy to be bold at 40 love down. This is 40-30. Barty not happy with her ball toss. She retakes it. Goes into the net.
Well, we'll soon find out. She's got a second serve.
She's looking for the backhander. Collins is bound to attack this. Collins standing on her baseline, shuffles forward, backhand return. Barty up the forehand wing. Collins goes to the backhand of Barty. It's long.
Oh, that was an opportunity missed there from Danielle Collins as she walks to a chair to receive a new racket.
Collins leads 5-3.
Grabbing a new one out of the bag.
And again, she's having a word with the umpire. I think she might want more racket strong.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the umpire's on the phone. Now, normally I get worried about this. I think it's an injury. I don't think it's an injury.
No, she's going for rackets. I think she may have had some already out and wondering if they're going to be delivered soon. 12 to 15 minutes by the time the stringers get the rackets.
That's amazing. My stringer takes 48 hours. I'm sure he does it in about half an hour, but... Collins serves out wide. Forehand is netted. So really good serve from Collins.
That's the one that Barty's got to be sitting on. That's the favoured serve from Collins. Let her try to hit that one up the centre. Got to take away that wide one.
Collins from in front of the president's box. Kathy Freeman is in there. Ian Thorpe is in there. Rod Laver is in there. Judy Dalton, 9-time Grand Slam doubles champion. Serve from Collins. Now she hits a backhand down the forehand wing from Barty. Forehand from Collins. Forehand Barty into out. Collins with a two-hander goes deep to the backhand of Barty. Collins runs around her backhand, forehand to hit a backhand. Now she goes on the forehand down the backhand wing of Barty. Barty chips to the forehand of Collins. Backhand from Barty is long. And there's Collins winning a long battle.
30 love.
And not phased with the slice that's coming from Barty's racket. She's doing a great job. She's getting low. She's not trying to over-hit that one as well. She's just wanting to put it deep. Don't want to get a free point off that slice.
Collins 2 points from the set. She serves. Oh, that's a long way long. Second serve, I suspect she will go for. She's had 2 double faults in the match so far, Collins, but they're both in the first set. Serves the forehand of Barty, who puts this away. That was actually a soft serve.
And I like that move from Barty. That ball's landing in the middle of the service box. She runs around and takes it up the line. And even if Collins gets a racket on the ball, she'll be doing it with one hand off the racket and slicing it. Nowhere near as effective.
Collins needs a first serve here. She doesn't get one. Just too long. Second serve.
Go again, Ash.
Collins taking her time. Will she give this second serve a little bit more than the last one? She puts it down the forehand. Now backhand from Collins. The forehand of Barty into out. Collins with a defensive backhand. Barty runs around her backhand. Hits a forehand onto the baseline of Collins. That is brilliant from Barty.
Yeah, that is class right there. She was well off the court when she hit that one. And she's got the back edge of the line. That's a monster forehand in the context of this match.
5-3, 30 all. Collins serves off the top of the net and drops back her own side. That's three first serves she's missed from being 30 love up. Now then, the second serve is kicked. Barty runs around her backhand. Forehand from Collins up the line by long.
She went down the line on that 15-all point. And Collins is not happy. She's walking to the chair. No doubt about the crowd. Smart play from Barty. Collins was maybe expecting it to go up the line, and she's gone cross.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, as a courtesy to both players, do not shout out during play. Thank you.
Perhaps you should have said that includes between first and second serves. Break back point for Barty. Collins serves, a slice by Barty deep to the 200 of Collins. It's netted.
And look at the crowd. They're raising on their feet. They are up. And that's the loudest roar I've heard tonight. From 5-1 up to now 5-4.
And back on serve. Kate, tell us.
Well, Yoni is listening to this match at latitude 61 north in southern Finland, waiting for a snowstorm. Says we're well prepared, so don't worry about us. Just keep talking. I mean, how does one prepare for a snowstorm, Chris?
Get your warm clothes on. Make sure you've eaten enough.
We hope Yoni gets through the snowstorm, and yes, stay tuned listening to AO Radio, and Soph's listening on the road with Dad in Canberra, and I'm cheering for Ash Barty, and she thinks that Ash is the best. Well, we've got a lot of support for both players, I have to say, coming through tonight, which is great to see. Paul's driving from the Czech Republic to Poland, as the commentary is bringing the game to life. Can't decide which heroic woman to cheer for. Have we got time for one more, Chris? Quick one from Marvin. Yeah. I'm an Aussie listening live in Bangkok.
Ready for play, thank you.
Did you hear that noise? What an atmosphere here at Rod Laver Arena. Barty serves, backhand return. Half volley from Barty, sits up for Collins, who hits a winner on the forehand.
She's got great success with that return, right back at the shoelaces of Barty on every serve. And it's tough. Barty's just half volleying the ball, popping it up in the middle of the court.
Barty serves down the centre, forehand return. A slice from Barty cross court. She comes into the net behind her. Collins nets.
It's the first time for a long time that Barty's had the opportunity to get into the net.
15.
Well, at 5-1, this is looking like a 20-minute set. It's now up to 40 minutes. Barty at 15 all, serves out wide. It's too good.
It's just also interesting in the change of ends that Collins just grabs a quick mouthful out of a drink and then straight to her corner, back out on court, and Barty's left at the chair. She doesn't sit down and use the time.
No, Collins hasn't sat down all tournament.
It's amazing.
It's she says if she sits down, she gets out of her rhythm. Collins making Barty wait. Down to 7-6-5. There'll be no time violation because somebody's shouting out. Both players slightly groan. Barty at 30-15 serves out wide, missing it. Didn't need a line umpire there. Mark Holowatti's hand was straight out. Second serve. Forehand from Collins, forehand from Barty cross court, forehand Collins up the backhand wing. Barty will slice across court. Collins with a two-hander. Barty with a forehand down the forehand wing of Collins. Forehand from Barty down the backhand wing. Collins has to readjust. Forehand from Barty into out.
Does that well. That's not an easy shot to hit when you're running to your left. To hit that forehand from that backhand corner of the court. Doing it well, pulling the ball up the line, and then that last one, the clean winner, the off forehand. 2 game points to bring it to 5 all.
Thank you.
Barty at 40-15. It's great to have a carnival, but just a little bit on the rowdy side at the moment. She serves out wide, deep forehand, half volley from Barty. Collins should put this away. She does.
Again, that return straight back up the centre, right on the shoes of Barty, who had to almost play a cricket shot to get out of that one.
If ever a tennis player needed to play a cricket shot, it's Barty. Barty's the one you want, having played a couple of years of short-form cricket in Brisbane.
Great response with an ace out wide, 175 k's an hour, and the crowd just erupt. Now we'll really get to see what Collins is all about. Enormous pressure going from 5-1 up to now 5 apiece, and serving. She's lost 2 service games in a row, Collins.
She has.
Been broken twice. Enormous pressure.
Thank you.
She's bouncing up and down now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Collins waits for everyone to calm down, serving from the Yarra end to the slice backhand of Barty. Forehand Collins, she's put it wide.
Very low and short on that backhand slice return from Barty. Collins, unfortunately, just dragged it wide.
That was nerves.
Yeah.
She's been handling that shot pretty well throughout this match. Collins at love 15, serves out wide, backhand return. Backhand from Collins up the forehand wing. Barty throws up a high lob. Collins will take that on the full. She'll put it away. She does. Nicely controlled. Barty was running to her backhand wing when I certainly thought that was going cross court.
15 on.
But Collins turned direction.
That's
Steered it down the backhand wing.
gutsy play from Collins. She got another short ball on her first shot. Just really dominating the net.
5 all, 15 all. A chipped return from Barty lands on the baseline of Collins. Down the line from Collins. Sliced by Barty. Backhand Collins. Barty slices again. Collins has to wait for this one. Goes back to the backhand of Barty, who slices. Collins again waiting. She goes deep to the backhand of Barty, who slices down the forehand wing. Collins down the backhand wing. Barty more of a defensive slice. Collins up the forehand wing. Barty nets on the forehand.
And that's probably the one side and the one little movement, that running forehand, trying to go cross court. It's probably not her best shot. But boy, it's almost like she enjoys hitting the ball closer and closer to the baseline with that slice. It's almost a challenge within the point.
Collins moves to 30-15. She serves. Out wide, just too long. That wasn't somebody whistling. There's a siren in the city business district of Central Business District of Melbourne. Just about hear these seagulls as Melbourne goes quiet. Forehand return from Barty's netted.
40-15.
It's a very well-timed serve from Collins out to the forehand side. She's been going middle of the box, backhand side to Barty for a while. Just mixing it up. 2 game points to go 6-5 up.
And break the run. Collins serves down the middle. Backhand returns netted from Barty. And that is a very good game from Danielle Collins. She could so easily have caved in, especially after hooking that forehand wide on the first point. Kate, tell us who's been communicating with us.
Well, John from Galway says, hi gang, listening to this excellent final from a beautiful Saturday morning in County Galway. You guys are doing a great job as Always. Well, thank you very much. John from Galway, and Jennifer is listening from St. Petersburg in Florida. Said, very inspired and proud of our Sunshine City girl. Go Collins.
Yeah, she's doing herself proud, absolutely.
And Amy, it's a good morning from New Brunswick in Canada, waiting for a snowstorm here too. In this part of the world, we prepare by buying storm chips, which are crisps in Australia. Well, actually, they're chips is what we describe them, and beer. And Amy said she's got her beer ready and waiting, loving this match from two exceptional women.
Yes, and I mean, the pressure on Barty, it's not, we quote this 44 years, but it's more than just that. It's the fact that for the first 10 years of the Australian Open tennis, there was always an Australian in the final. And in fact, five of the first 10 finals were all Australian. And yet, since Wendy Turnbull lost in 1980, there has not been an Australian in the women's singles final here. That is the pressure that Ash Barty is trying to consign to the dustbin of history.
And unfortunately, there's a very, very tough competitor in her way right now.
Yes.
And I said it was a test at 5-all serving, and Collins lived up to the test.
Well, there's a serve down the middle from Ash Barty, an ace down the tee. Her 10th ace of the match. She's used that serve so well throughout the tournament, particularly in the semis against Madison Keys. Barty serves off the top of the net and the ball just drifts wide. Second set. The forehand of Collins off the top of the net gives Barty a chance to get into this point. Cross court from Collins. Barty down the line, but long. So Collins is now back within 3 points of the set. She hasn't had a set point yet.
No.
She's got to 30 all. At 5-3.
And then Barty responded with a quality serve.
But she was 30 love at 5-3, wasn't she? Barty serving down the centre, off the top of the net, wide. Second serve from Barty. Is into the body. Forehand return from Collins. Barty chops this one, but it's going to drift long. That was a really aggressive return.
And what do we have, Chris? 4 match points.
This incredibly proud tennis nation with a glorious history is on the point of having another chapter written.
Thank you.
Ash Barty at 4 championship points. Collins waits for the crowd to go quiet. She serves to the backhand of Barty. That's chipped. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Barty chips this one. Collins will step in on a two-hander, goes down the line. Barty cross court. Winner! And she screams. And the crowd screams. And Australia screams. The long wait is over. 44 years has been the wait for a home Australian Open singles champion. And now Ash Barty stands in the middle of the Rod Laver Arena. Rod Laver looks down on her. Chris O'Neill looks down on her. Australia has a new home singles champion. And it's somebody they can be proud of, and they can admire, and they can love. And she goes over, and there's a massive embrace with Casey Delacroix, her former doubles partner and very, very good friend.
So good. Oh, that is so good for the family, so good for the team, so good for tennis, so good for Australian tennis. Wow, what a moment. That is, and it's just so good to see the relief and the expression that once she got that match point, she finally let out. Wow, she's just been so composed for so long. Unbelievable stuff.
Well, spare a thought for Danielle Collins. It's been a great run for her. She's had such a run of injuries in the last couple of years, including having a cyst the size of a tennis ball removed from her ovary. If that's too much information, I'm sorry, but I just want to make the point that she has had such a tremendous tournament, and I hope she can establish herself as a regular in the women's top 10. The time when you most want to walk off a tennis court and just cry in the privacy of the locker room is denied the loser in a Grand Slam final. Denied the loser in any tournament final. They have to wait out for the trophy ceremony. The podium is being built.
Wow, what a sense of relief. And we're just watching the support team once match point had been won. The amount of time and effort that Craig Tyser has spent with Ash.
Yes, that's a really good coaching relationship, isn't it, Craig Tyser?
Yeah, fantastic.
They're different generations, but there's a real connection there.
Yeah, and when they first started, it was so much more than just the tennis. It was like a father figure as well, and it's the, you know, we talk about the coaches got to have good relationship. It was just the perfect fit. Ash on the road, you know, wasn't the greatest, didn't like living out of a suitcase and traveling too much, and having that father figure like Tyser, who, you know, has got a couple of daughters himself. It was just the perfect synergy between the two. And, you know, and they've built a team around Ash that, you know, not only put her in the best shape of her life, take care of the mentality, take care of everything, but also create a really, really productive, happy work environment. And, you know, and as we all know, if you have a nice work environment, it's easy to get up and go to work each day.
Absolutely. And this is the moment that Australian tennis has been waiting for. Pat Cash got to 2 finals, 87, the last at Kooyong, 88, the first here at Melbourne Park, then known as Flinders Park. Leighton Hewitt got to the centenary final in 2005, beaten in 4 sets by Marat Safin. In fairness, Hewitt was past his best at that point, and he'd done very, very well to get to the final. His best was 01-02. But it was a tremendous achievement. But this is Ash Barty's, well, it's the 3rd step, or 3/4 of the way to a career Grand Slam. The only one that's missing now is the US Open.
Yeah.
And she has won slams on 3 different surfaces. But it was clear that the way she won Roland Garros and the way she won Wimbledon last year, that Wimbledon was the one that really meant so much. You could see the emotion in her face when she won Wimbledon, which, with the greatest respect to Roland Garros, and I'm sure she and I certainly don't mean any insult to them, it just meant more to her to win Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, the South Americans, I think Roland Garros is as much, if not more, of a prestigious tournament for them because of the red clay than Wimbledon. Although Nadal, interestingly enough, wanted Wimbledon as much as Roland Garros because plenty of Spaniards had won at Roland Garros. No Spaniard other than Santana in the amateur era had won at Wimbledon.
And now you see the way that Ash expressed herself once she'd won. This title means so much to her as well. So much for the Indigenous community around Australia. You know, she's a role model. You know, little girls see this. You know, keep raising the roof, Ash.
Well, some of the little girls see this as... She's got a niece and a nephew, is it? Or she's certainly got a couple. She's aunt to a couple of youngsters. We're about to have the ceremony.
She'll have a nice little cereal bowl there at her house for the Auntie Ash going over there for some cereal. Nice little bowl that says Australian Open champ.
I don't think she'll be eating her cereal out of it somehow.
That's all right.
Right, the master of ceremonies for the trophy presentation ceremony is Todd Woodbridge.
We see the scenes outside at Garden Square.
We're just seeing the replay of match point in Garden Square.
That's so good.
Which is packed. Those deck chairs, there's been plenty of empty deck chairs in Garden Square throughout the fortnight because of the 50% limit. But now that's been raised to 85%. It was pretty much packed out there. Not so packed that they couldn't socially distance. There still is a lot of COVID around. But this will lift the spirits, no question.
Oh.
And here is Todd Woodbridge.
Welcome. What a night, what an atmosphere. There was so much anticipation and excitement around this match. And didn't these 2 wonderful athletes put on an amazing show here on Rod Laver Arena? Well, firstly, we need to congratulate and thank all of the players, the support staff, the sponsors, and Tennis Australia for staging an unbelievable tournament these past few weeks. Joining us tonight for the presentation is the Chair of Tennis Australia, Jane Herdlicker, Tournament Director Craig Tiley, Tournament Referee Wayne McEwen, and to assist with the trophy presentations, our AO 2022 top ball girl, Serena Aponzo. And I'd like now to invite Jane to come up and say a few words.
Thanks, Todd, and what a spectacular night for Ash Barty and Danielle Collins. This is unbelievable tennis. Congratulations to both of them. Ash Barty 1-5 down. You rock. Well done. A spectacular 2 weeks of tennis for you, Ash. Almost a flawless 2 weeks of tennis. Tonight, I know, was the night of nights for you. 3rd Grand Slam title, a spectacular opportunity in your home country to bring home another title. Long before Ash was a Grand Slam champion, she was a role model champion of some magnitude and has inspired women and girls into sport for years. Ash, your your humility, your work ethic, and your kind and generous spirit truly does inspire everyone around you and instills in all of us great pride. We're sure we're going to see you back here contesting many, many more titles. Just a huge congratulations. Well done tonight. And Danielle, you have had an amazing 2 weeks of tennis at the Australian Open. You have worked hard every single match to get here tonight. Your tenacity, drive, spirit. It's clear to see you two had very strong role models in Venus and Serena, and we're very sure that just like those two, we'll see you back contesting titles for many years to come. Well done tonight. And we have had a spectacular 2 weeks of the Australian Open on the women's side, and every single athlete put it all out on the line, vying for an opportunity to be here tonight. And every one of them has worked hard since they were young girls to have the opportunity to compete for this very trophy. And so for every one of them, congratulations for working hard and inspiring the world of athletes. A few quick thank yous. Our sponsors, you're amazing. Without you, we couldn't do this. It's been a really tough 2 years of challenge and loss and struggle, and you've been beside us every step of the way. Thank you. To our team, there are 10,000 strong people that it takes to pull together the Australian Open every year, and every single one of them, no matter their role, plays an important piece of delivering amazing experiences to our fans, to our players, and to our partners. And every one of you, thank you for what you do each day to bring a smile. For the fans, whether you're at home or you're here tonight, you're amazing. What a night. It's good to be out. Sport brings community together, and it brings cities alive, and we're off to a great start in 2022. Let's keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Don't go away, because I'd like to invite our chair umpire from today's final, Mirjana Veljevic, to come up and accept a gift on behalf of Tennis Australia for the role that you played in today's final. Congratulations, Mariana. A job well done. Okay, I have a little surprise. We have a special guest to present the finalist trophy in the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Cup. Would you please welcome a 13